Every summer, when the heat hits Toronto and the city starts to buzz, there's one event that completely takes over the streets, the clubs, and the culture: Caribana. What started as a Caribbean celebration decades ago has evolved into something far bigger, something that captures the energy of an entire city. Today, it's not just about the Caribbean community anymore. It's about everyone who loves rhythm, color, and culture. And in recent years, something powerful has happened. Nigerians, Ghanaians, and the entire Afrobeats community have joined the mix, transforming Caribana into a true fusion of African and Caribbean pride. If you've ever been in Toronto during Caribana weekend, you know the feeling. The streets are alive with flags waving, the sound systems are blasting soca, dancehall, and now Afrobeats too. It's not just a festival, it's a takeover. Hotels get booked out, clubs stay open till dawn, and every party promoter in the city pulls out their biggest events of the year. From King Street to Eglinton, from rooftop brunches to boat cruises, Toronto becomes one massive stage for the diaspora to celebrate everything that connects them: the music, the culture, and the joy. For a long time, Caribana was seen as strictly Caribbean. The music was all soca, reggae, and dancehall, and rightly so. It's a celebration rooted in the Caribbean experience, a way for people to reconnect with home through masquerade, music, and freedom. But as the African population in Toronto grew, the energy started to shift. New sounds began entering the mix: the pulse of Afrobeats, the bounce of Amapiano, the sway of Afrofusion. Slowly but surely, these sounds started making their way into the same spaces where soca and dancehall once reigned supreme. It wasn't forced, it was organic. After all, African and Caribbean culture have always been cousins. The rhythms, the food, the dance, they all speak the same language of joy and resilience. And Toronto, being one of the most multicultural cities in the world, became the perfect melting pot for this connection to bloom. Now, Caribana isn't just about the parade anymore. The true action happens at the after-parties, the day events, and the nightlife. Promoters who used to focus only on Caribbean music started booking Afrobeats DJs. Club owners noticed that when a Burna Boy or Wizkid track dropped, the crowd went wild. Before long, Afrobeats wasn't just being tolerated, it became expected. Parties started marketing themselves as Afro-Caribbean events, and suddenly, everyone wanted a piece of the Afrobeats wave. Names like AJ Styles, Magic Flows, DJ Havel, and Damager started popping up more frequently on Caribana weekend lineups. These DJs brought something different, a Legos kind of energy. When they hit the decks, the atmosphere shifted. It was more than just the music, it was the attitude, the confidence, the connection they created with the crowd. And for the African diaspora in Toronto, it was refreshing to see themselves represented in such a massive cultural moment. One of the best parts about this evolution is how it's brought people together. You'll see flags from Jamaica, Nigeria, Trinidad, Ghana, Barbados, and St. Lucia all waving side by side. Nobody's thinking about where one culture ends and the other begins. It's all love, all rhythm, all unity. Whether it's a soca rhythm or an Afrobeats melody, the energy remains the same. The dance floor becomes a space where everyone moves as one. Even outside the clubs, the influence is everywhere. Fashion plays a big role: bright colors, Ankara prints, mesh tops, feathers, beads. The food vendors are serving jollof next to jerk chicken, suya next to doubles. It's a blend of flavors that mirrors the cultural mix of the crowd itself. Toronto has always been a city where cultures blend easily, but Caribana weekend amplifies that spirit tenfold. Every year, it seems like Afrobeats gets a little louder, a little more present during Caribana. Whether it's Burna Boy headlining an after-party, Wizkid songs booming from every speaker, or a local artist dropping Afro-Caribbean tracks made right here in Toronto, the sound of Africa has officially become part of the city's summer soundtrack. But here's what makes it truly special. It's not about replacing Caribbean culture. It's about collaboration. The DJs and promoters have found a way to merge both worlds, creating experiences that reflect the diversity of the diaspora. When you hear a DJ blend Last into a soca classic, or drop an amapiano beat right after a dancehall anthem, you realize how naturally these cultures intertwine. That's the magic of the biggest party in Toronto. It's not one thing. It's everything. The business side of it has also evolved. Promoters who understand both Caribbean and African audiences are thriving. They know how to bring people together, how to create lineups that celebrate unity instead of competition. Entrepreneurs have built brands around these cross-cultural experiences: boat parties, brunches, rooftop vibes, and luxury events that showcase how vibrant the Toronto scene has become. And for the artists and DJs themselves, Caribana is a huge moment. It's not just another gig. It's a chance to perform for thousands, to meet collaborators, to grow their brand. For some, it's the biggest weekend of the year. Caribana Weekend now represents more than just a parade. It's the celebration of Black excellence, of culture without borders, and of the shared heartbeat between Africa and the Caribbean. Toronto becomes a global destination during that time. People fly in from London, New York, Atlanta, and Lagos just to experience it. What's most inspiring is how this energy doesn't fade when the festival ends. The relationships, collaborations, and cultural bridges built during that weekend carry through the rest of the year. DJs link up to create new events. Artists collaborate across genres. And fans leave inspired to represent their culture even more proudly. So when we call it the biggest party in Toronto, we're not exaggerating. It's the sound of drums echoing down Lakeshore Boulevard, the sight of flags waving proudly, the mix of accents and laughter in the crowd. It's that moment when a soca beat drops and blends perfectly into an Afrobeats rhythm, and everyone on the dance floor feels the connection. It's a reminder that whether you're from Kingston or Lagos, Port of Spain or Accra, we all share a rhythm that brings us together. And that rhythm is alive and loud every Caribana weekend in Toronto. Thanks for watching. If you've ever been to Caribana or experienced the fusion of African and Caribbean culture in Toronto, drop your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear your favorite memories. And as always, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more stories celebrating the people and moments that make our culture unforgettable.